All right, so next up, we're going to deal with ngClass. So in our dog list.component.html, we are going to use that ngClass directive, and we are going to make a list of the dogs that we have here. We're going to use some classes. These are classes that are specific to materialize.css. So if you don't have these, you could use anything like the bootstraps item list items or something like that. But for us, we're going to do a collection, and inside there, we're going to have uh, a collection item, and then we're going to do an ng4 on this one right here. So let's say ng4, let's dog of dogs. I'm just going to print out that dog's name, dog.name, just like that. And if we go back to our application, you'll see that we have a nice list here of our dog names. So now we want to make this use the ngClass directive. So all you have to do is put this class in the square brackets, and then we're going to put ng capital C class. And this will not work, but if I put this inside of a string, this will work. So if I go back, you'll see that it does work with that. But if I just put that without that, it's looking for a variable called collection-item instead of looking for the string itself. So you can use ngClass with a string, or you could use it with an array of strings. So here's an array of collection-item. You see that it says the same thing, but now I can add something like teal to this. So to add a teal background, you see that they all have teal. And now there's also another thing you can do, which is use an object. And the way the object works is if I go in here and I just make this an object really quickly, now I can say if this is true or false. So I can say this is true all the time, but this is only true if they have a leash. So I can say dog.leash here. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit more viewable, just like that. And now if I go back, you'll see that Kelly does not have a leash. That's why she is not um, teal. So that's another way that you can do that. And now, like I said before, it was looking for a variable, so I could just take this out of here and I could go to doglistcomponent.ts and let's see, doglistcomponent. And let's go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff. So let's get rid of dog1 and change dog1. And we're going to say right here, it's going to make a private variable up here called list style. It's going to be equal to this. Let's do that instead. Right, so now we can't actually use the true or false, but we could make list style a function instead or a method. So we say list style is this, and this is going to return something for us. It's going to return this. It's going to return the collection item for true, and then teal, and this is going to be our dog. So it's going to move, it's going to get a dog in, and it's going to say if that dog dot leash is true, it's going to return collection item and dog leash. So if we go back to our dog list.component.html and we say, what was that? List styles. Let's call it dog styles. Dog style. Yes. Perfect. And then we say dog style right here. We can use that and pass in the dog, and you're going to see that nothing has changed. If we refresh it, let's go ahead and make it notch now in the code. So let's make it, if they don't have a leash, go ahead and make them teal so we know, oh, Kelly definitely doesn't have a leash in our neighborhood. It's another cool thing about using ng style or ng class or any of those attribute directives.